Hello and welcome to HLI Lifelines. I'm Raymond de Souza. There is one kind of human rights abuse that is not only accepted, but promoted by the mainstream media and the so-called progressives: population control. Nations from Mexico to India have used coercive population control policies that forcibly sterilized millions of women, forced millions more to have abortions, and also forcibly sterilized millions of men. These abuses are very well documented. The great irony is that these abuses were and are perpetrated by those who pretend to champion women's rights. These abuses continue unabated to this day, most openly in communist China. The Columbia University history professor Matthew Connolly wrote a well-documented study titled "Fatal Misconception: The Struggle to Control World Population." In this widely respected work, Connolly denounces the wealthy, white Western elites who decide how many children the people of the developing world shall have. One has to wonder why wealthy Western elites feel entitled to restrict the number of children that nations that are populated with beautiful people of color are allowed to have. Many third world countries are still not allowed to receive aid from the United States unless they adopt population control programs. Governments, individuals, and private groups, from the Ford Foundation to the Rockefellers, have poured hundreds of millions of dollars into reducing the population of developing countries. In China, the draconian one-child policy has often required women to abort second children or be sterilized. Millions of poor Chinese women were forced to do so by law. In India, millions of desperate poor women were denied government aid unless they agreed to be sterilized. Even today, some Indian states deny government benefits to families with more than 2 children and offer payments to poor families to be sterilized. In Latin America, Mexico became the first country to officially adopt a population control policy in 1973. In 2002, the National Human Rights Commission of Mexico reported that public health servants have imposed methods of family planning on the native population without their consent and without informing them of the risks. In Brazil, the country's health minister, Alcine Guerra, alleged in 1991 that sterilizations of more than 7 million women were done without proper informed consent, or without any consent at all. In the apartheid era of South Africa, black women were given shots supposedly to help their milk supply. But in fact, they were being given the contraceptive Depo-Provera drug without their knowledge, let alone consent. We could go on and on with documented examples of population control. But this destructive and abusive mindset continues today with the full sanction of the US government, the United Nations, and other Western powers who think that the way to eliminate poverty is to eliminate the poor. The devastation that is carried out by International Planned Parenthood Federation, Marie Stopes, and others who receive tens of millions of dollars, often your tax dollars, to carry out this campaign of destruction. Their main target today? Africa. Shouldn't intelligent people ask why such a sparsely populated continent is being deluged with millions of dollars, all aimed at stopping Africans from having children? Considering the racist roots of Planned Parenthood, whose international division, along with the UN, USAID, and others, is perpetrating this crime against humanity, we must ask why we are telling Africans that if they want our help, they have to stop having children. My friends, the arrogance of Western elites is unthinkable. To think that they are helping the developing world by eradicating their future, their children, is indeed a crime against humanity. And it must stop. And the first step to stop it is to spread the word. People must know about the crime of population control and unmask its agents. Thank you for joining us. I'm Remo de Souza for Human Life International. Till next time, God bless you.